Jeffrey, I called mid first. It's too late. Jeffrey's already insta-locked Teemo for mid lane. Jeffrey's the kind of guy that you come across when you're playing solo queue on League of Legends. This motherfucker has no humility. Jeffrey, you're not that good of a player, so why are you acting like it? What the f***? Why is the enemy mid laner here? Jeffrey, you didn't SS. Why is this guy swearing at me in the team chat? You know that quote, you are the average of the 5 people you spend time with? Well, for that game of League of Legends, Jeffrey is one of those 5 people that you are becoming more like. He acts big and hard inside of League of Legends, but then in the real world, he's sat on a crusty black computer chair. What are those stains, Jeffrey? What are you doing with your life, Jeffrey? Don't you have any goals for the real world? Don't you want to get out of that job? Don't you want to do anything with yourself? Didn't you say that you were going to lose some weight this year? Jeffrey's lack of success, social connection, and enjoyment in the real world thrusts him deeper into the virtual world in video games like League of Legends. Adonis defends his homeland against the enemy tribe. He fights hard and ruthlessly, and he's ready to use his ultimate ability. He swings his great axe and decapitates the enemy leader in one hit. They've won. They protected their base from the enemy attack. Let me ask you a question. How do you think Adonis has such great mental health? He's never played League of Legends. He spends his time out in nature, being present and grateful. He takes a picture of his favorite leaf. He jumps over puddles. He plays with his children. Adonis lives the most beautiful, healthy life possible. He does not need video games to stimulate himself. I remember feeling left behind. I used to play Minecraft with a Swedish guy and also a guy from Kuwait, and we used to play like every single day on the Hunger Games servers. Out of nowhere, my 2 friends started playing some other game instead. So I would hop on the same Skype call as them whilst they were playing this other game and I would be playing Minecraft. And they'd be screaming, recall, I don't have any health potions. I wanted to continue playing Minecraft, but I felt a little bit lonely playing it by myself, so I downloaded this game called League of Legends. They told me what to name my account so it could be similar to theirs, and so we called our accounts Lagubi, Zagubi, and Dagubi. What the f does that even mean? Gooby? Lagubi. So I hop on and I start playing League of Legends, and the mechanics actually feel really nice. I get the grasp of the game very quickly, and it really like calls to me that, wait, I'm actually kind of good at this game. I'm playing Warwick and Malphite, and I'm getting like 10, 15, 20 kills per game. I'm destroying these scrubs who are on our level. And then I start playing League of Legends every single day. I go to college and have a conversation with an old friend of mine who I used to play Minecraft with, and he tells me that him and his friends have just started playing this other game called League of Legends. That same day, I go online with this new group of friends, and they're quite new to the game, and I'm already level 30, so they're almost like watching me, seeing how I play. At this point of my life, I was very, very lonely. In college, I wasn't in the same class as like anyone I knew, and so I kind of withdrew, and there would be days where like I wouldn't speak to a single person. Sometimes I would have like an hour gap, like an hour free time in between lessons, and I was always embarrassed because I had no one to spend that time with. That same friend who played League of Legends had like a different schedule, so we weren't on the same one, and I didn't know anyone on this one. I didn't want to be seen just sat by myself in the library. So in the 1 hour that I had free, I would literally just cycle home, just kind of sit down, maybe play like a game of ARAM on League of Legends, and then cycle back. I felt like I was at the bottom, like a loser, but in League of Legends, especially amongst these new friends that I was making online, I was kind of high up there. I was good at the game. I was almost in like a leadership position, calling the shots. That made playing video games, especially League, so enjoyable. And so I started playing with some friends like every single day. We're playing okay. We're not like amazing or anything. We played ranked. We're like silver and gold. I used to have a pretty fun time playing these games. I do remember that there was always like a toxic element in this friendship group because it was all hosted on Skype. We would go into Skype calls, but then sometimes you'd clash with your friends and like they would like kick me out of the Skype call in the middle of the game, so I'd just be like playing the rest of the game like silently. Oftentimes I would get like, you know, kind of angry at the game and, you know, like heated and everything, and my life was kind of consumed by it, honestly. Until one random day that my brother literally shouted at me, closed my laptop, took me to the gym, and literally forced me to get into weightlifting. He taught me how to do the exercises, and I was incredibly weak. Imagine I'm like 17 years old, I'm like a skinny fat little brown kid. I was so weak that I couldn't even use the barbell with no weight. Genuinely, bro, I had to start off using like the pink colourful dumbbells that my mum used. I couldn't even use like the metal ones, which were adjustable dumbbells, because it was too heavy even with the lightest weight. So I had to use like the 2 kg dumbbells, just lying on the floor doing chest press. It was the first time that I exercised, and at first I really hated it, up until my brother had taught me the exercises, so he wasn't coming with me anymore. And then I went once, and instead of listening to his music that he would put on the speakers, because we had like a small home gym, I stuck my music on the same playlist that I used to listen to when I would play League of Legends. And I had such a good workout where I was like dancing in between sets and I was hyped. And from that moment on, I was hooked on weightlifting. It made me feel like life was kind of like a video game, where now I was leveling up my strength skill, but instead of doing that on RuneScape, I was doing that in real life. I was getting stronger and like gaining mana, but instead of gaining mana in League of Legends, I was doing that in real life. I love this idea of leveling up myself. And so my time playing League of Legends and this new chapter of my life lifting weights, they overlap slightly, but slowly and surely I took a step back from playing video games and I just focused more on real life and especially on making friends, improving my social skills. And quite honestly, I wanted to start dating, I wanted to start having sex. I was horny as f. I was an 18-year-old. I wanted to make more friends. I wanted to hook up with girls because I was seeing that happen around me and I felt like I was late to the game. So instead of spending time playing League of Legends or watching YouTube videos about League of Legends, I would now spend all my time improving my physique, learning more things about lifting and nutrition, and then also learning things on YouTube about being able to like pick up girls and being able to make more friends. This was the new trajectory of my life and it changed everything. At that point, I made a promise to myself that you might find interesting. I promised myself that I would never quit lifting weights, that I would guarantee what I perceive is the ultimate 10 out of 10 physique for myself as long as I don't quit. 7 years later, I'm not there just yet, but this is what I look like. I have a physique, like I'm proud of my body. Every single time I look in the mirror, like I smile. I can't explain to you how nice that feels when you literally have like the physical indicator of the work that you've put in. Something happens to a man who now feels like he can respect himself for the discipline that he showed. My self-esteem, how much I like myself is through the roof now. When I look back to my times playing League of Legends, I did have a good amount of fun, but I almost look back in this dark realization that video games like League kind of manipulate this drive that you have inside of you as a young man to level up, to achieve, to compete in the real world. You never wanted to destroy the enemy nexus. You wanted to win in competitions. You never wanted to level up your fucking League of Legends account. You wanted to level up in real life. It's just so much easier to level up in games. When you take a step back from video games, especially hyper-stimulating video games like League, you have so much more mental bandwidth to start leveling up in real life. If that's your goal, then you're probably gonna love this YouTube channel. Send this video to a friend of yours who plays League. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.